This is iPhone 17 Pro.
Hold up, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me.
Well, that's what it looks like according to the rumors. Spoiler, it does not. This year is going to be a very, very important year for the iPhone. After last year's less than stellar iPhone releases, for the first time since the Ice Age, Apple is getting a little scrappy, taking some chances and trying some new things. It's like, finally, this year's iPhone lineup will not look like last year's iPhone lineup. Praise be Tim Cook. He giveth and he taketh away. Mostly taketh, but this year he giveth. If you don't mind, I would like to talk about the design for a bit, because after all, that's going to be where you and most other normies will notice the changes. The rumors and renders that you have been seeing for a bit probably look like this. We've all heard that there is a horizontal camera bar and that the phone would have a cool new two-tone look. The two-tone thing, yeah, fold that up real nice, put it in your back pocket and save it for later. You'll need it in like a few minutes. The issue with having a camera bar like this is that, well, how do I say this lightly? That is not possible. Some may say impossible. Have you ever wondered why the iPhone's camera array is laid out in this weird triangle shape? The reason for that at first was, of course, the notch. The old notch on the iPhone took up a lot more room internally than one might assume. That third camera lens is moved down to that weird position because it has to be. There is quite literally no other room in there. There is no choice, it has to sit below the Face ID array. These days, of course, the notch is gone, but the dynamic island is still taking up a little bit more than island room in there. While it is nice to see renders like this, the people making the renders are just making them from a visual standpoint. They only have to worry about what the outside of the phone might look like. They don't have to consider the internals. 3D renders are not slaves to internal components. But now, hopefully you see why a camera bar like that would just not work. As far as I know, the dynamic island will not be shrinking this year. The changes are only really on the back of the phone. That leaves us with this many options. That's two of them. There are two options. Option number one does include this entirely horizontal camera bar, but instead moved down a bit to give room for the Face ID array. You've seen renders like this too, I'm sure. It's very Google pixely and pretty. Option number two, however, would be that the camera layout on the back of iPhones actually stays the same. Well, good news for you, I have seen the phone, and I'll tell you what the answer is after this sponsor break. We all know that VPNs are essential these days. It's dangerous out there. If only you could have a VPN for your phone number. Oh wait, someone did it. Surfshark did it. Alternative Number is your own personal virtual phone number you can use to avoid all sorts of internet safety pitfalls like phishing scams and data breaches, and you can even leverage Alternative Number for good things. There are so many online storefronts and marketplaces out there that will give you deals and price breaks on products and services, but they ask for your phone number first. And who wants that spam? Not you, you're too handsome for spam. Now, thanks to Alternative Number, you get all the discounts while keeping your real phone number spam-free. All benefits and no bads. Check out the link in the description right now or go to surfshark.com/altfpt to get access to Alternative Number and 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Alright, so if you guessed option number 2, that the camera layout is staying the same, congratulations! You win! As far as I am aware, the camera layout is staying the same. The same instantly recognizable, typical iPhone camera layout. But the rumors of a camera bar on the back, well, those are true. I know, it's confusing. From what we've seen, the phone looks like this. A horizontal, darker camera bar on the back that is actually much taller than most of the rumors suggest, with the flash, LiDAR, and mic to the right side of the unit. But like I said, same camera layout on the left. Why would they do this? I do not know. I have literally no idea. But how many times have you heard rumors that sound very good only for Apple to do the very not obvious thing and make it look goofy instead? What makes more sense to you, all right? A pretty iPhone? Or one that looks like this? You tell me. Oh, and remember those two-tone rumors? Remember, I told you to save it for later. it's later now. If you look at this design, I think you can now see how that rumor could have been misinterpreted or misconstrued. The back of the phone will not look two-tone like this, for example, but instead just appears more two-tone because that camera bar is the size of a large Papa John's pizza. As far as materials and such, that part is a bit less clear to us. According to the people who have told us things, the phones feel lighter, and sources aren't sure if they're holding titanium or aluminum. I will say I'd hate for the Pro phones to backtrack away from titanium after a couple years of that, but no one cares what I want. I will say though that this design still leans a bit Google Pixel adjacent, and I just want to ask, for why? I could be wrong, but this change seems so odd and impractical. It just seems like change for the sake of it. It's not offering any more utility, it's just making it look different. And different equals new, equals exciting, equals money for Tim Cook, I guess? Lately, it seems to me that Apple has somewhat become less influential and instead more so influenced. Apple Intelligence was rushed out as a response to the pressure from all of the other major tech companies diving into AI. This was a rare occurrence happening right in front of us of Apple not doing the typical Apple thing, which is usually, we know we're late on these features, but when we put it out, it'll be the best of them. And for this, they didn't do that, they did the opposite, reacting to external pressure and just developing out in public, actively working on and tweaking Apple Intelligence while it's already in your hand. That's why this new design for iPhone 17 Pro is also weird to me. It's doing a lot less influencing and more being influenced. So yes, while new iPhone changes are exciting, does Apple really get to feed us the same phone year after year after year and then receive any amount of credit for this being the change that they decide to make? That I'm not so sure about. You know what I am sure about? I had this hat made just for me, and you guys keep asking about it. My favorite brand of hat and my favorite tech YouTube channel. Oh wow! And now you can buy it. My favorite hat, your favorite YouTube channel, for a limited time only. Time is of the essence. Click the link in the description below to buy yours today. Hurry, hurry, hurry!